Yes, me wonderful people, welcome again to J Progress Entertainment. Me people, me will tell you something. You see in Jamaica, them have a saying say, prevention is better than the cure. But let me tell you also, you see the system in Jamaica, the policy makers and all these people who implement things in Jamaica with it govern the country, them always put in place the policies after them F up and things happen. Bearing in mind, Jamaica welcome a taxi app, welcome a drive share thing, where you book your taxi and that without any proper structure or any way of communicate with these people or any groundwork where we secure the citizens of Jamaica. But tell you what they may not do now. Them ending up and ban this drive share app. Them ending up and ban it. Why them ban it? Because according to investigation, a teacher went missing. And they are alleging now that she booked the taxi with this drive share app. And she, this beautiful young lady, a teacher of a primary school, from she booked that taxi, she was no longer seen until couple weeks after now. Just recently, they have managed, they find themselves, my people. They find themselves, the remains of this teacher. That's all them find right now. They find remains and they are alleging and doing the processing that this is in fact the remains of the missing primary school teacher. And now them decide to ban the drive share app, right? And put in place things where them should have put in place long time, me people. You understand me I say? So me people, watch this now. A decision by the Transport Minister, Darrell Vaz, to immediately veto all ride-share app operating here until a regulatory framework is in place has been welcomed by two key players in the transport sector who say the current operations have created a haven for criminals. So why uno never pre this all along? How come you not allow something like that to come in without the proper regulations, regulatory framework? Yes, what me I try to show you? They always act after things done gone wrong already. Tell me how that work out, people. Me a beg you, tell me how that work out right now. That me want to know. Me people, the announcement came following Monday's gruesome discovery of skeletal remains believed to be that of a St. Catherine educator, that 29-year-old young miss. Right? After this woman who they are thinking now that is no longer among the land of the living, based on the skeletal remain. This is when them are decide now to put in regulatory framework. Why was it not put in place before? Tell me that now. Why things like them? Prevention better than cure. But instead, in a Jamaica, them rather do things and then them try to cure it. Them wait till things happen and then them try to solve it. Oh, that makes sense. Alright. This woman has been missing since Monday, May 13, when she left her Elsha Park house in St. Catherine for work at the St. Peter's Calvers Primary and Infant School in St. Andrew. A driver from Rideshare Outfit in Drive, Jamaica, is now in custody in relation to the crime. The police say the convicted SEX offender and deportee has given a statement detailing his involvement. Speaking in Parliament on Tuesday, during the 2024-2025 sectorial debate, Vaz, who also has portfolio responsibility for science, energy and telecommunication, said he has made recommendation to the country's two telecom providers for an intermediate ban on all rideshare apps until further notice. Boy, oh boy. What else them are going to make just come in the country and operate how them want? And no have no dialogue with them, no have no regulatory framework or nothing. When you see how them go to work? We as the citizen of the field they paying first before them do them job. How can you be decision makers, policy makers, implementers, and then you know wait till things tragic happen before you do no job? Tell me how that work. I would like to state that this matter is not because of the incident. That's why they must say no. You know, boy, oh boy, oh boy. You see how them pretty up themselves and cover up themselves? I would like to state that this matter is not because of the incident. My recommendation as of today, which will obviously have to be vetted for legal purposes, is a ban with immediate effect on all those ride-sharing apps, with immediate effect until such time as we can come to the table and work out properly how these apps can be regulated in terms of making sure that safety and background check of the drivers are done, not only by the app but by Jamaican, right? I actually took a submission to cabinet several weeks ago on this very matter because of complaints I was getting from commuters and industry players who are playing by the rules and paying their fees for their license, etc. Cetera and these apps are undercutting them without any form of background check or monitoring by the Transport Authority, Val told Parliament. But this they should have never operate from before just so, without any regulation around it. That should have never have gone. I would like to think that that is the job of whoever is responsible for transport in the country. Right? Alright. Moving on. Dubbing ride-hailing service. The topic of the day. Vaz said while the government is aware of the increase in popularity in the use of technology to engage personal transportation service and is not opposed to the development, it was adamant that the ride-hailing services must operate within the ambits of the law. That's not a question. We should even say something like that. That is a must. That is a must. Right? Vaz in noting that the government has sought to engage the ride-hailing providers, both the operators internationally and locally, to streamline their operations within the regulatory regime, told Parliament that the only overseas provider that has indicated willingness to operate within the legal framework is Uber. Right? I summoned them and they came all the way from their corporate office to Jamaica to sit down with me and the team to have a discussion. And the bottom line is that it was a useful discussion that continues, he said. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Them are something I should have gone a long time. From them a thing I come about. And you know what the worst thing? That incident that will happen is not the first thing ever happen with them kind of service here in a Jamaica. According to Vaz, who said the Transport Authority will be meeting with the local ride-hailing entities this week to further the discussion, only InDrive Jamaica, the outfit naming several missing person cases, is yet to come to the table. InDrive remains outstanding. I would like to point out that in addition to the government concern about safety and security in this environment, there are issues relating to undercutting the market where lower fares are charged and that impact on tourism, the economy in general, and the threat of other issues such as money laundering and terrorism, Vaz told House of Representatives. I have a responsibility as a minister and an elected representative to protect the lives of the people, and I am prepared to go to the end of the world to make sure. Come on, man. Uno late, man. That ban is in force immediately. We are already meeting with the local transport operators who have designed apps and want to implement for the betterment of their service. Right? Referring Anglin Dirtins, Vaz said, this is just one of the several cases that the police have evidence that these rideshare apps have been used for criminal activity. So it is not just about the unfortunate loss of life over the weekend. There are several. I have heard and I have taken the recommended action that I believe is in the best interest of every Jamaican citizens across the length and breadth of Jamaica. Wow. Just moments before the announcement was made formally, right? President of Transport Operations, Development, Sustainably Service, right, said the organization and by extension, the public transport sector have for the past 4 years been very concerned at the unofficial entry of at least 2 ride-sharing companies in Jamaica without the proper documentation of the government. This is the problem. No go on like say, this just pop up on uno, but what uno fi do uno work, uno not do no work. All things we just pop up and operate in Jamaica so. And I get a revenue without the proper documentation, without the proper tax system, without everything. That don't make no sense. Then anybody can come to Jamaica, come do anything. And we as Jamaica should be more concerned because guess what? Nowhere like Jamaica people get missing by taxi man. Get hold on and take by taxi man. Taxi man carry out drive-by. Taxi man a transport criminal. So you should be extra careful when you come on to these things already. So without even these things happening, and we try to fix it after them happen, these concerns should have been raised from the very beginning and things put in place. The proper regulatory framework put in place to regulate these companies. So I don't know how I'm going to know after big things start happen. So when I tell you, we not try to fix the problem when it already happened and mash up the place, when you could have prevent it from the very beginning by just doing a job. Simple as that. He said Monday discovery of the remains of the young teacher brought into shape focus the need to bring books. The Uber in-drive ride-sharing companies, right? We are calling on the government through the Ministry of Transport to move with all clarity to put a stop order on these 2 companies, right? We believe that this revocation of operation of Uber and in-drive can be done by an executive order, right? According to the transport body, the transport sector is willing and ready to go to court to get these companies to pack their bags and wait for the green light from the transport ministry through the transport authority to operate. Why was that not done before? They should have been given the... So, me not get this. That means, say, any company can just go operate in Jamaica without the government saying nothing, I do nothing. What really are going? That make any sense? And me see little man on a market put up them little thing on the roadside and I sell out a one little box. And put up one little stall. I want to take set pan them. Man make knock up one little board shop or one bamboo shop on the roadside. You know come tear it down. You know take set pan them. You know very citizen. I try get them honest bread. I want to stop them. But people from overseas can just come in and do whatever they want. And the government turn a blind eye. Oh, that makes sense. Safety and security is the key to providing the best transportation experience in Jamaica. These ride-sharing companies are putting the sectors in very dark light. Their inception into the country has seen an increase in negative incident. The sector income has reduced drastically as in some cases they are charging up to 60% less. The government must act now to prevent what happened to that young lady among many others. That is so true. And if nothing is done within time, it will happen to a lot more. Meanwhile, the president of the Jamaica Association of Transport Owner and Operators, right, said while he's not opposed the ride-hailing service truck that is needed, the ride share from it was first introduced to Jamaica with Uber. We as an organization oppose it, and we oppose it based on 2 things. It was unfair competition to us in the sector, especially in Kingston Metropolitan Transport Region, where most of the operators are Hackney carriage operators, right? They came in and they had no restriction on them. Any private person who has a license could take any car. Doesn't have to be their car. And pick up people in their road as long as they were associated with Uber or any of them. So there was no control. Definitely not. I am not opposed to the share ride system. What I would like is for share ride operators to be subject to some organization and for them to be subject to regulations and the local transport authority. That is so true. No transport no fear running in Jamaica without the governance of the transport authority. That nothing happen. Because transport authority give the robot taxi run at them in a Jamaica problem. And them have drive share and share riding and all them sitting here. Company. Them are pretty much robot taxi in Jamaica. Because government don't know nothing about them really. And that them are trying to say. Right? In calling for such drivers to wear badges and produce police record. Right? Operators should be fit and proper and traceable. That is so true. If they go through that, then I have no problem with them. But they have to be part of something. It can't be a free-for-all. Part of something. Right? I may agree with that. They not just come in and do what them want and any house money just take up and do what them want. You understand? In the meantime, in mourning the teachers passing, for me, a former teacher, it feels like another attack on the teaching profession. People in the society consider teachers easy prey to take advantage of them. In September last year, InDrive, which was at the time the fastest growing mobility and urban service platform in Jamaica, in a statement to the media, urged passengers and drivers to partner with it to ensure greater safety during rides by using the safety feature within the app. Jamaica and its communities are close to our hearts because the country and its people have received InDrive with open arms. We are committed to facilitating a safe experience for all of our users, and that is why we harness the power of technology to make sure that every person travels safely, protected by innovative tools, right? InDrive ride-hailing country manager for Mexico, Central America and Caribbean. And that them I say, in 2003, right, a final year medical student at University of the West Indies who used the app to freelance as a driver went missing. Another InDrive operator, Devroy Peart, was killed in March 2003 while carrying a passenger. So anywhere take it dangerous. It's dangerous to the passenger them. And it's dangerous for even the operators them who want to do it as a little side hustle or anything. It's not safe. It's just not safe. And I think it's a little bit too late. But tell you what, it's better to be late than never. So I'm glad that they can see what I want now and willing to address it. But listen, the government already F up. Because they never put in the proper framework for morning. And like me say, the saying in Jamaica, prevention is better than cure. Believe. 1J Progress Entertainment, me people. Believe no man. You don't have to ask nobody nothing and nobody not have to tell you nothing. A 1J Progress Entertainment. People, we are at 31,000 YouTube subscribers. And I cannot stress how massive that is and how much I thank you guys for getting me there. We have been coming from that far to where we are now. And we know we have way further to go. And now we are on our road to 35,000 YouTube subscribers. And guys, I know that we can do it. Because this is all down to you guys. It's all down to you. And you guys have taken me here. And I know you guys can take me a lot further. I believe in you guys. Believe.